Hi team, it's Christine here from Namaste at Home Yoga. I had a few requests in regards to my recent video that was covering stress and anxiety and a technique or a tool that yoga has for you within what's called the pranayama practices, and that being Nadi Shodhana or alternate nostril breath. And in that practice, or in that video, I explained and we used a way of really grounding the body, resetting that mood, trying to make that connection between the mind and body very clear, and in doing so, enabling anyone who practices this, and you can do it anywhere, at any time. So if you're finding that your anxiety is lifting, your mood is turning quite dark, the fact that your stress is piling up, this is something you can do on a tube, on a train. You can do it as soon as you get out of bed if you want to, just do that reset. And what it is, what this tool is, Nadi Shodhana is a way of retaining breath, but if we just break up that word, Nadi is a flow or a channel. So it's looking at that connection between mind and body. So we're using our breath as a way of decluttering the mind and also starting to lower that pressure that starts to build up inside of us. Shodhana means purification, so we're purifying ourselves and through the power of your breath. Within these practices, what I would say is the first time you do them, you might find it a little bit odd. I have to say it probably took me 2 or 3 goes to really start to appreciate anything to do within the pranayama practices. It all feels a little bit, at times, maybe woo-woo, a bit hippie, but the results speak for themselves. I do this every single time that I have a moment of peak performance that's required from me, interviews, before filming any of my videos for you. Any times that I'm going to go into quite a difficult conversation, which, let's face it, during COVID, there's lots of difficult conversations as we start to renegotiate rules for our house, rules for engagement, just co-living on such an extreme level. So it's a really useful tool. Give it a go. It'll take you a couple of minutes. And what I say is there's no rhyme or rule about how long that you do this. Let me explain what it is. Before I start though, what I'd say is, because you're going to be sitting for a period of time, I'm in what I call a comfortable cross-legged position, one that would remind you from sort of school. What I would say is this is not everybody's comfortable space, and it's nice if you can stack your sit bones on top of a surface, be it a pillow, a cushion, even if you just want to pop your jumper. What you're doing there is you're not actually placing your entire bum on top of a cushion, because you're just, again, repeating what you're doing on the floor. You're stacking it underneath your sit bones, those hard pieces of your skeleton that will come through underneath your glutes. So you're popping that underneath your sit bones, which will tilt your pelvis forward. So it should give your spine and some of the, I'm obsessed with spine, sorry, but some of the contraction that you have there in the sitting position, it will actually alleviate it, so it allows for more room between each one of those vertebrae. So if you just stack it underneath your sit bones, tilt the pelvis forward, you'll find this practice much more enjoyable. Okay, so next stage, let me run you through what this is. So keep your hands in a comfortable position, let me do all the heavy lifting. What it is, so the way that you're going to be blocking your nostrils so that you're alternate breathing through each. There's so many different ways to do this. You'll find that every yogi has something different they like doing. A common one, the one I like, is this particular symbol. It's probably quite big in Hawaii from what I see. Your pinky would be covering your left nostril and your thumb would cover your right. Within this, I'm right-handed, so you use your dominant hand. If it's left, obviously you're going to do the opposite there. The other alternative is you can use your ring finger and your thumb. I find this one makes my hand a little crampy if you continue this for quite a while. Other alternatives is, instead of rolling your fingers in to make this symbol, you may keep these 2 fingers out and then place them across your third eye there. Dealer's choice. I think for me, this kind of happy Hawaii symbol works for me best. Have a go, have a practice. So what you do is your right thumb covers your right nostril, and then we're going to breathe in through our left nostril. Retain that breath, swapping your pinky to cover the left. We're going to breathe out through the right. Then breathe back in through the right. Retain that breath, swap your fingers, blocking the right finger, opening the left nostril and breathing out again. So that's one cycle. So we've started on our left, gone through to the right, back through the right, and back out the left. So it's quite a nice simple little pattern, but in that, what my tips would be is try not to rush. And you want to exhale really smoothly all of the air out of your lungs. It's a real focus in pranayama that there's parts of the lungs that will have what they call dead air. So it's really this purification of getting all of the air out and then replenishing it with as much fresh air as you can get in. But what you'll find the first couple of times you're doing this is there'll be a small moment of panic of, I've emptied my entire lungs, I need to suck up as much air as quickly as possible because I'm a little shocked by it. Try and resist that, and as you continue through, you'll notice it'll naturally become much more smoother, much more elongated. So we're going to really smoothly inhale all the way, retain, stay calm. Then a very smooth exhale, avoid the slingshot, wanting to get the breath out as quickly as possible. Just a very slow, just like you've got a tap on, very slow exhale, and then resist the urge to suck it back up again. So then a slow inhale. Okay, I can't praise this enough. Please try this and give it just a whirl. It's not going to take you very long, but it can absolutely give you that melty feeling of pure relaxation. It's available to you anywhere to do. All right, shall we give it a go together? Yeah. So I'm going to take this, Hawaii cool symbol. I'm going to block my right nostril to start, and I'm going to breathe in through my left. Here we go. And then as you inhale fully, retain that breath. We're going to block the left nostril and breathe out through the right. And then we're going to inhale again through the right. Retain that breath, swapping our fingers, and then exhale through the left. Again, in through the left. Retain, swap your fingers, and then exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Retain that breath, swap your fingers. Exhale through the left. Now if you feel comfortable, close your eyes. Inhale through the left. Retain that breath, swap your fingers. And exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Retain. Open your left, out through the left. Smooth exhale. And smooth inhale through that left. Retain that breath, swap your fingers, open through the right. Slow exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Retain, swap the fingers, out through the left. Inhale through the left. Retain that breath, swap your fingers, out through the right. Inhale through the right. Retain, out through the left. Inhale through the left. Retain. Swap fingers out through the right. Inhale through the right. Retain that breath. Swap fingers out through the left. Inhale through the left. Retain that breath. Swap your fingers. Smooth exhale through the right. Smooth inhale through the right. Retain. Swap your fingers out through the left. Inhale through the left. Retain that breath. Swap your fingers out through the right. In through the right. Retain the breath. Swap fingers out through the left. In through the left. Retain the breath. Swap fingers out through the right. Smooth inhale through the right. Retain the breath out through the left. In through the left. Retain the breath. Swap fingers. Smooth exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Retain. And as our last breath, out through the left. Keeping your eyes closed, place both of your hands onto your knees. Just make sure your posture is nice and straight. Shoulders are rolled back and down. Chin parallel with the floor. Just take a couple of normal inhales and exhales just to return the body to its natural breathing pattern. On your next inhale, bring your hands together in prayer position at your heart center. Inhale and exhale. One more. Inhale and exhale. Gently rub your palms together at your heart center. Feel that heat, that yogic energy generating between the palms. Place your hands, your palms over your closed eyes. Feel the warmth on your eyes. And as you do so, flutter your eyes open under your palms. Become aware of the light. And as you inhale, exhale, rub that warmth over your scalp, down your neck, over your shoulders, down the lower back, over your thighs, your shins, and at your feet. Just a big thank you to your body for allowing you time to practice, to sit still, and to really center that mind. I hope you found that very melty. I have to say I feel even more relaxed after doing it just for a demo video, so it definitely works. Give it a go. Thanks so much, guys.